Many of us live in the midst of the noise of the city. Gradually, we begin to accumulate from the pace of life that the city imposes on us, and we may inadvertently end up distracting ourselves from our center. For that reason, the best therapy is to occasionally move our training environment closer to where we came from, nature. Some of the most ideal places to do this type of training are in the woods or mountains. Since ancient times, people believed that the mountains themselves had a special energy, hence the particular magnetic field that they have, which would help man to improve his overall state. Also, being alone for some time has some great benefits. We have the opportunity to reflect on our way of training and our decisions in general without being bombarded by outside opinions. Facing the difficulties that staying in the mountains brings, we not only train physically but also psychologically. This is because during the process of overcoming some obstacles that we had not overcome before, we prove to ourselves that we can, and this increases our self-esteem. The power that can increase our self-esteem in healthy doses always comes from within us. We allow our self-esteem to grow only from external approvals, we lose our power. Fortunately, the very terrain of the mountain gives us the opportunity to develop our creativity and to adapt new training programs. As martial artists, at the end of the day, we know that our body, mind, and fighting spirit cannot develop to the next level without leaving the comfort zone. Apparently, it is the rule of nature to develop something only when a need or difficulty arises. In some cases, we anticipate the situation, causing ourselves some difficulties so that life does not find us unprepared, but with our sharp martial spirit at the ready. When training is viewed from this perspective, we come into contact with our warrior spirit and have access to a higher potential, which perhaps today's routine may tend to weaken it. When we synchronize with this mindset, the discomfort of our training stops being frustrating or annoying. We look at the training process for what it really is, a stepping stone towards forging a more powerful version of ourselves. Just as a katana needs the heat of fire and hammer blows in anvil, we also need these difficulties in order to cast away our weakness and evolve. Sometimes we give up and call ourselves weak when we actually neglect a very important factor. Weakness is also temporary and shows only our performance at a given moment, not our ultimate potential. Defeat can be just an indication that we have accumulated a lot of toxins from our routine, not only on the physical level, but also on a psychological and mental one. As we work to clear these toxins, our evolution as humans and as martial artists becomes more clear, more enjoyable and simpler. It's not our training program that gets simpler, but when we have clarity and enthusiasm, we have an extra energy that helps us move forward. By striving in this way, we achieve our center as warriors and martial artists. But just as weakness, strength is also not permanent. A sword that is not used eventually rusts. Constant training should make us vigilant. At no point is good to believe that our strategies or technique are infallible. Life is always on movement, so change in our training circumstances is needed. Such a change can expose our internal and external flaws that we may have. This is because at the end of the day, the healthiest drive that should inspire a martial artist is not to hurt others, but to cultivate his potential. Above all, we must train for our personal development as individuals. And we must not forget that we will face some of our challenges within the city walls. Therefore, as much as a change on our training routine can be healthy, it's better to not exaggerate and turn it into a way of escaping our problems. Such a practice is best used only to stay connected with our center. When we are aligned with it and with what really inspires us, that's when we give our best. Needless to say, you don't necessarily have to do this training in the mountains if you don't like it. You can choose some place not very crowded in a beach, a country, and so on. Choose whatever works best for you and let your creativity flow. That's another positive side of practicing martial arts. You can adapt techniques from various styles and programs to fit your character and personality. What's important in this particular case is for you to be somewhere quiet, where you can be closer with nature and yourself. For those who want to add something in their training, we created a basic step-by-step program that you can practice in the mountains or in the woods. To receive the PDF file containing the program, just send us an email at info@marshallx.net and we will send it to you free of charge. You can also find the email in the description below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the bell notification in order to not miss the upcoming videos. Much respect!